When it comes to surviving sexual trauma, the road to recovery can be a lifelong process. Many survivors feel shame or even guilt when coming forward. Even if they do, it's often years later when a victim's legal options have expired. That's why lawmakers in New York are pushing the Adult Survivors Act. The bill would create a one-year look-back window for victims of adult sexual abuse to sue their alleged abusers. It's modeled after the Child Victims Act, a recent New York law that did the same thing for cases of child sex abuse. But the Adult Survivors Act hit a snag in the legislature before lawmakers left Albany for the year back in June. The state assembly didn't bring it up for a vote, but the state Senate did and passed it unanimously. Senate sponsor Brad Hoylman, a Democrat from Manhattan, says that the bipartisan support for the bill shows how important it was for lawmakers in the chamber.
Now we recognize that those individuals who do not have the advantage of being able to seek justice prospectively should have it retrospectively. So we're proposing a one-year look-back window where one could revive claims that have since been time-barred through the Adult Survivors Act. It's something that New Jersey has done recently as well, and it is something that New York did for survivors of child sexual abuse.
Lawmakers haven't said why the Assembly didn't consider the bill before they left in June, and the bill supporters say that even they don't know why some of their colleagues don't want to pass it. Assemblymember Linda Rosenthal, a Democrat also from Manhattan, was the main sponsor of the bill in the Assembly.
Some of it is mysterious to me as well, and I really can't speak to those. But I do know that some people said, well, it was too soon to consider that. They needed more time. And, well, there will be more time, 6 months till we meet again in January. And I think then people will totally understand why the Adult Survivors Act is so important.
In the final days of this year's legislative session in June, advocates from the victim assistance group Safe Horizon were at the Capitol pushing for lawmakers to pass the measure. Among them was a survivor named Marissa Hochstetter, who says she was sexually abused by Robert Haddon, a gynecologist in Manhattan.
I know women in my case who've been abused by the same man, who chose not to have more kids, who've lost their sexual intimacy, who've lost marriages. I sent a letter on behalf of over 200 victims of Robert Haddon, the same person who assaulted me, asking for this common sense legislation. And you know what the legislation does? It gives us the right to continue to fight. We're not asking them to validate even our concerns. We're asking to be seen and to have access to the courts for all of us.
Senator Hoylman, again.
One physician who since had his license revoked, Dr. Robert Haddon, violated the trust and abused individuals ranging from age 12 all the way to women who are older than 65 years over the course of several decades. It's an outrage that those individuals, those survivors, had such a narrow window in which to file claims against their abusers.
Another survivor, Tom Andriola, says that the only opposition he's heard shouldn't stop the bill from becoming law.
The only opposition to the Adult Survivors Act is that it won't provide relief to every single survivor of sexual assault. But doing nothing until we can do everything is unconscionable. We can help thousands of survivors who have been denied justice for so long, and there's no good reason we should make them wait any longer.
Ultimately, Hochstetter says that if lawmakers are looking for reasons to support the bill, they should ask victims what it would mean to them.
What you see standing here is me, one woman. Who I hear from and who I represent are hundreds of women from the age of 15 to 70 who've been assaulted by the same doctor. Every race, every age, every stage in their life. If that's not enough, if that is not enough, I don't know what is.